Hey guys, Joyful Gamer here, and we are doing part 4 for What If Asta Was the Reincarnation of Link. And where we left off was when pretty much Asta and Zelda decided to go to the Black Bulls, with Yuno going to the Golden Dawn. And pretty much, yeah. So when Finral makes a portal to go to the base of the Black Bulls, before they went, Yami noticed the chi in both Asta and Zelda, which is immense for Zelda, which is like, she is like an entirely different being on her own, and Asta is like something of a spirit that's been going, like, almost like he's been through a lot. He's like, he went through countless battles. He is someone who should be, like, respected. He has immense courage and immense kindness, which really kind of weirded Yami out, that he can, like, just sense the, almost like his whole entire soul, which it's almost like he can. And they just go there. It's the same thing as canon. Magna throws a fireball at Asta, but he's able to, when, like, his point of view slows down instantly, and then he was able to dodge it, move his head to the side and, like, dodge the fireball. Then pretty much Yami tells them to shut up and to meet the new recruits. All the girls are happy to meet having another female in the group, and the other guys pretty much goes to Asta because Luck asks, "Hey, you wanna fight? You wanna fight?" Like, he just asks him for a battle. Ghosh. It's Ghosh. Ghosh asks what he thinks of his sister, and Magna points out, what's with the sword? What's with the fancy sword? With Zelda and Asta looking at each other, no one is able to notice that he's looking at Zelda, and Zelda is, like, kind of scared of what the answer Asta will take up. With Asta just stating, it's an heirloom from my family. It's a family heirloom. So, yeah, pretty much, that's it. Asta kind of looks at him weirdly, with just letting it pass, like saying, if you say so. Hey, but it looks pretty cool. Would you let me carry it? With Asta saying, are you sure? Because it only in my family is able to carry it. With Magna saying, yeah, of course I can. With Asta, okay. He takes off. He kind of lets Magna hold the sword. When he's about to drop it, Magna was, like, carrying it. And it was like, oh God. He was having so much trouble, like, able to, like, hold it up. It's, like, almost near the floor, with Magna saying, how can you carry something so heavy? With Asta kind of looking at it, like, just taking it out of his hands, because he looks like he was kind of suffering by just carrying it. With Asta saying, see, it's a family heirloom. Only people in my family can carry it. So Magna says, no kidding. How can you? Isn't it too heavy? With Asta saying, no, it isn't. There's, like, a type of spell that only people with my family blood can use it. Him just laughing nervously, because internally he's, like, saying, please buy it, please buy it, please buy it. Magna saying, well, your family is weird, but cool to have that awesome gnarly sword. And right as he remembered, he's like, oh yeah, now we're gonna have to do the baptism. With Yami stating, "It's okay, Magna. I guess I'll do the baptism for this kid." With Magna and everyone else surprised, stating, like, just thinking, saying, "What did this kid do to, like, get Captain Yami this hype?" And so, pretty much, they go outside to fight. With, Yami pulling out his, like, just holding his handle on the sword, and Asta was gonna go to the Grimoire to get his anti-magic sword, but Yami said, "Hey, don't use that one. Use that one." With Yami pointing at the Master Sword, with Asta saying, "Are you sure? I don't use this. I only use it as a last resort." With Yami stating, "Yeah, I can handle it." With Asta saying, "Don't say I didn't warn you." He even before he pulled at it, like the sword out, he looked at Zelda warningly, with Zelda just shaking her head, like saying, "I guess you don't have a choice." With Asta sighing and then pulling out the sword, which people see the sword shining. It's like, oh, like how amazing the sword looks. Looks amazing. Like it's like nothing. It's like seeing something so beautiful, amazing. It's like the only word that it can come up to, come up to mind, saying, "Whoa." They feel like this beautiful, immense type of magic coming from the sword, like it's life itself. It's lived through years and years, and it, like, they can just feel the amount of mana, like how beautiful it is, like how amazing. Yami is pretty, like, just amazed. He's like amazed, but he's just like, "Huh, that's pretty cool." But he says, "Are you ready to fight?" With Asta pulling out his shield as well, saying reluctantly saying, "Yeah, ready." With then Zelda gonna prepare to, like, as a referee preparing the fight, saying, "Start." When the fight begins, Asta starts to run towards Yami. Then Yami was saying, "This kid is dumb. Like, this kid, really? He has some guts." Then he just does some dark slashes at Asta. Asta was able to make some anti-magic. Not make, but like borrow from Libe. It's because Libe is lending some of his abilities. It's just he's not letting every ability go like instantly, because Asta has to like adjust to the abilities, like to his body and stuff like that. His abilities, like from the champions, is like in like he in since like almost like a memory. His body instantly knows what to do with the abilities and like what to do, pretty much. So then, Asta does some slashes which contain some anti-magic in them. It still looks blue, but it also does contain a bit of anti-magic, which kind of gives it like a bit of a, like, in the end, like a tint, like a grayish, like a blackish tint in the end. So pretty much, Yami sees that the slashes, Asta's slashes go through his his dark magic slashes, which kind of surprises him. And Yami is able to like counter like each one of the slashes. Asta keeps running forward and forward, like then Asta activates one of the abilities, which is I don't remember, Rivali's Gale, if I remember correctly. Then he picks up a bit more speed, but what you didn't know is that he actually get like a bit of light was coming out of Asta's back, which was giving it. I believe it was I think it was yellowish. It was a yellow color, if I remember correctly. If it's, yes, it's the yellow color. So pretty much a yellow type of light coming out of Asta. People, like everyone saw that, which confused them. Then they see Asta running towards Yami even faster. It's like the wind isn't affecting him. It's like the wind is like supporting him. And then Yami sees this, and he's about to give him a bit of an attack. And Asta throws a bit of a boomerang as a distraction. And, which Yami just thought it was dumb to bring. No, I confused it. Sorry, it's not a boomerang. It's a grappling hook. My bad. And Asta shoots out the grappling towards Yami. Yami was about to deflect it, but it drops to the ground right in front of him. And looking at Asta, saying, "Seriously, kid? That's what you got? You brought a toy with you?" With Asta just smirking and being pulled towards the grappling hook. When Yami saw this, he was surprised, seeing that someone was thinking out of the box. And right as Asta was about to attack him with his master sword, Yami was ready to attack, and both swords clash. But the thing is, Yami felt the strength behind that strike. When he felt it, he said, "What is wrong? What just happened? Dang, how strong is this kid? I guess I've been looking down on him. Huh. This is gonna be fun." So they kept each time they swung the swords, and the swords kept hitting each other, and they hear the clanging of the metal clanging of each of the sword. And then a few minutes pass. They're both pretty tired, exhausted, a bit they were just there's a bit of dirt on them. Both of them have a bit of dirt on them. With Yami stating, I never would have guessed that some kid would be this strong. Asta not saying anything. He's just pulling up the sword to in a stance of ready to continue to fight. And Yami looks at him with a smile, saying, "And this kid is pushing beyond his limits. If he's doing that, I guess I should too." And that's when Yami's grimoire started lighting up. And it's not going to be any other of the main attacks, like dimensional slash or anything. No, it's going to be something different that affects. So it's going to be Shadow Step, which is what I'm going to call it for now. If you guys have any other ideas to name it, please, I will be happy about it. So pretty much, Yami saw this in the book, and everyone saw the glow that's coming from Yami's grimoire. Yami sees the spell, and he says, "This might help me." And then he brought up the sword into a fighting stance, and under his breath, he just took a deep breath, and then breathed out, and under that, he said, "Shadow Step." And instantly, it's almost like a after image of shadows, we're going. It's like he's fast, pretty much. It's almost like he's fast, pretty much, almost like running. Then Asta was looking around worryingly, and then he used the in battle senses, his slow motion point of view, his slow view. I'm just gonna call it slow view because it's slow motion for him. It moves slowly. Everything moves slowly for him when he's in this type of mode, slow mode. Yeah. So pretty much when it turns automatically into slow mode, like his battle senses, it's like everything slowed down, much more slower. And then Asta turned, like, his eyes turned back slowly, and he sees Yami ready to strike, and it's like a shadow aura surrounding him. And the sword is going down. When Asta turns around and blocks it with the shield, he pushes it back, and then with the sword up, Asta strikes, like, attacks, keeps attacking with his sword, and, like, with the Master Sword. Then Asta, brings out the bow and arrow and shoots it, shoots about 3 arrows. Then instantly starts running and uses the grappling hook. There's a tree behind. Let's say there's a tree behind Yami, and shoots the grappling hook towards the tree, which is like a bit behind Yami. And Yami says, "Ha! You missed." With Asta saying, "Did I?" Which Yami looks behind him, saying that it just stuck to a tree, stating, "Why does he think he missed?" And then instantly it hits him, saying, "Or did it because..." And then he sees, like, it was shaking, like the chains were shaking. Then he sees Asta just being pulled towards him in a pretty fast speed. Then instantly Asta just kicks him in the gut, sending him flying to the tree, with Yami just laughing, saying, "Oh, that was good, kid. I'll give you that. You win." With everyone just out, even Zelda just jaws on the floor. Everyone thinking is like, how is he able to fight hand on hand with Captain Yami? On the matter of fact, he was even able to beat him. What? Which that happened, and then Yami says, "Hey, you still have one more fight. Magna, you fight the girl." Which Magna looks at her, and it's like almost like he's seeing a goddess. It's because, like, if you don't remember, like, almost every guy wants to, like, hook up with Zelda, since she's amazing. She looks amazing. So pretty much, they go up. Magna goes up against her, and he says, "Hey, don't hold back." And when Zelda says, "Then, if I don't hold back, no offense?" With Magna stating, "No offense, just make it a good fight." When Vanessa said, "Start!" and the fight went on, Magna just throwing fireballs, like, towards Zelda. Zelda dodging some of them, getting hit by some of them, not able to dodge all of them, like about 1 or 2 most. But she's able to stop. Then she's able to gets out a magic a light whip, almost like licked, if you've seen, almost like that, and she uses it as a bit of a shield. And she thinks, "I can't do this forever. What do we do? What do we do?" Then she thinks, and we go back to a bit, like, where she practices it, like, we go a bit of a flashback where she practices with her bow and arrow, which she practices how to shoot, like, a bow and an arrow, and then she says, "I can't get it right. I can't shoot it well," because, like, all the arrows are going everywhere instead of, like, going into the tree and back before, like, she was going to the Magic Knights at the time. Then, let's say a person comes out, which is Elizabeth, with Zelda saying, "Oh, Elizabeth, what are you doing here?" Elizabeth saying, "Oh, I just heard a lot of destruction and a bit of anger and thought it was Asta." which Zelda was kind of embarrassed because she was kind of yelling out of anger because she's not able to like hit the target. Then Elizabeth asked, "What are you doing?" With Zelda saying, "Oh, I'm practicing with my magic as like I manifested a bow and arrow, which feels natural, but I can't hit the target for some reason." With Elizabeth saying, "Oh, so you just need help with how to aim a bow and arrow?" Zelda saying, "Yes, but I don't know if I can do it right." Elizabeth saying, "Oh, I can help with that." Zelda confused saying, "Wait, you shot a bow and arrow before?" With Elizabeth saying, "Of course, I went hunting with my parents, with my family when I was younger. Remember, when I was younger." So, here, pretty much she puts Zelda in the position to shoot an arrow, bow and arrow, and Zelda says, "What do we do now?" You pull the string, but instead of just pulling it like all the way back, pull the string when you feel it's the right amount of strength to be able to shoot the arrow. Zelda says, "What do you mean?" "Just pull the string and shoot whenever you feel ready." She just and you just must and just trust yourself. Believe you can aim it. So Zelda closes her eyes and takes a deep breath, and then pretty much pulls back the arrow, and then lets go of the string, and instantly it shoots bullseye. Zelda was so happy that she said, I did it, I actually did it." Elizabeth smiling, saying, "Of course you can. You just have to be confident in yourself. But not too confident. Arrogance is something that'll lead you astray. Just be confident in your own abilities, and also if you have your own weaknesses, try to make up for it with anything else, and also practice with those weaknesses so they can turn into strengths." Zelda takes this to heart, learning that she has to try to learn how to do things like how to make your weaknesses into strengths. Then we go back to the fight of Magna and Zelda. Zelda remembers this, and then she starts thinking of something out of the box, which she stops using the whip that she was using it as a shield, and then starts trying to make a bow and arrow, which people think it's completely nuts since there's a lot of fireballs being shot at her. But then she starts teleporting a lot. She's trying to conjure a bow at the same time. People, everyone is actually surprised, including Asta, since he knew Zelda for the longest. And he's proud that she's able to think outside the box and do things on her own. And then Zelda does the same thing, and she closes her eyes and takes a deep breath, and then pulls back the arrow with Magna stopping for a sec, and then noticing what she's doing, makes the biggest fireball that he can muster. Then he instantly fires it at Zelda, and Zelda at the same time lets go of the string. Then instead of just making it explode, it made the arrow went instantly through the ball, which made it explode right after it went through the whole entire thing. And then when it went straight to Magna, it kind of felt like a punch. It's because she's still practicing on how to make her like, you know, like the light arrows and stuff like that. It's not like those type of light arrows, like purifying the evil. It's not yet, but it's like the ones. It's kind of like almost like those, like you just feel like a punch, really. That's how much it it is right now for her, like practicing. Like she's gonna learn how to do it better, but now it's gonna be like you feel like a punch type of arrow right now. It doesn't penetrate it just like any skin or like go through your skin or anything. It just feels like a punch. So pretty much, Magna gets pushed back a bit, and he's like, "Ow, that was awesome," because he got punched back a bit and it kind of hurt. And Zelda saying, "Oh no, I think I overdid it," with Asta just being there already and like putting out his hand for like so he can help him get up. Magna accepts and gets up with his help, with hugging both Asta and Zelda, saying, "That's so cool! Your magics are amazing." With Zelda saying thank you, and Asta just says, well, I don't have any magic." Everyone just in shock. Even Yami saying, "Wait, what? How do you not have any magic?" It's a complicated. I'll explain it to you when I have the chance. So and then we see then we see Vanessa giving the robes to Asta and Zelda, and also her giving Asta like a mark of the Black Bulls on his bandana. Then we see a girl like looking over what happened, and this girl has gray hair and also and she has a sword on next to her. She looks at Asta saying, and looks back down her sword saying, "Maybe he can help me learn how to use a sword." And also, I wonder from what like noble families they're from, because they seem extremely powerful. Then Asta and Zelda are taken to their rooms, with Asta just going to bed, and Zelda also going to bed since they're tired because they had an extremely big fight and used a lot of their energy. So Asta instantly goes to sleep, which then we see a big place which is completely just white. Asta says, "So, I'm back here again. It's been a while." And with Fi saying, "Yes, it has, Master. So, today you'll be learning the techniques of your last reincarnations." Which Asta saying, "Wait, how am I... What?" Him being confused, asking, "What do you mean?" With Fi stating, "Oh, you don't remember? Remember that golden looking orb? I don't remember what color I gave it, but that I'm just gonna say it's like goldish looking color orb. That's the knowledge of the hero, the knowledge that contains any move, any knowledge of the Master Sword that within it that your past lives know of." Then, and Asta was saying, "Oh, so, but how am I going to be able to see my past life?" And then instantly gets cut off saying, "Yo, hey, hello. It's nice to meet one of my later reincarnations. I look pretty young." Asta sees a boy that's pretty tall, but not like, that's a bit taller than him, and has like blondish hair, and looks like has chains. He's wearing green and has chains under his like green tunic, and wears a weird looking hat. And he says, and Asta says, who are you? With him, with the guy, the mysterious person saying, I don't think you remember, but I'm actually the first. I don't think you know me, but I'm actually the first hero. Name's Link. Well, actually, all of us are named Link, except for you, which is pretty odd. Asta saying, what? Wait, what do you mean, all of us? And the Link says, well, yeah, we're all named Link for some reason. I don't know why, but, it's catchy. But either way, I'm here to teach you the information about the Master Sword. And how it was actually made. Asta was like, what do you mean, how it was made? Wasn't it like this with Link? And also, if you didn't know, this first Link is Link from Skyward Sword. Yeah. So pretty much, Link from the Skyward Sword said, well, actually, no. Before it was the Master Sword, it's actually called the Goddess Sword. But it had to be tempered with 3 sacred flames to be able to turn into the Master Sword. And after those sacred flames were able to be used to temper the Goddess Sword, and Asta said, wait, Goddess Sword? Link stating, yes, I don't think if I told you, but she was made by the goddess Hylia, the goddess, the goddess Hylia, which is able to reincarnate through, the way you and me are, right now. Which Asta being confusing, what? And Link said, well, actually, we needed the blessing of the goddess that created the sword to be able to defeat every demon and monster that was able to be in front of us, so we're able to bring back peace. And also, Link from Skyward is able to give him every information that he knows, and also some things that what he did, and also which Asta is like surprised, saying, "Whoa, can I do that too? Able to go back in time and able to affect the present / future." And he disrupts it. Like he just feels dizzy, saying, "This is confusing. Able to go back and go through time. Oh my goodness." Which, Link says, "Yeah, it's a bit confusing, but we just do our job to be able to protect the future and also the time where everything happens. So, pretty much, yeah, we defend the weak and help them get stronger so they can help defend others." Asta was like saying, "That's a good motto to live by." Link says, "Yeah, pretty much." So they just talk about what the past Link did, and also give him some information of what the Master Sword can do and what it was like beforehand. So then we skip to the next day. Asta wakes up and sees a pillar that was not there, and he sees Magna saying, "Hey Magna, this wasn't here. What is this?" When Magna says, "Oh, you noticed, huh? Good eye." Well, this pretty much the whole base moves around as kind of like a system to like defend us, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty cool, don't you think? With pretty much Asta saying, "I think we're gonna need a map for this whole thing." Magna saying, "Yeah, you'll get used to it. So let's give you the tour, and also let's bring Zelda with you." With Asta, it says, "Oh yeah, I'll go get her." Magna stopped him, saying, "Wait, don't go there." With Asta saying, "Why?" Magna gets a pebble and then throws it and then sees a lot of traps. With Magna says, because of that. Asta just keeps walking forward, and Magna saying, "Are you crazy? You want to die or something?" With Asta just slowing down his perception of time, able to dodge all of it, all of the traps pretty much, and then just knocks on Zelda's door. Him just saying, just saying, "What is it?" We just heard Zelda rubbing her eye, saying, and Asta saying, "Wake up, come on, get up. We need to see the tour of the whole base." Zelda saying, "Fine, let me get ready." She gets ready, and they get the tour as canon. And when we get to the magical dogs and beast, they don't do the thing with bite Asta. Pretty much they whimper, they go back because they see they sense the aura that he's emanating, and it's almost like eyes, red eyes staring at them. It's like death is staring at their face, saying, I dare you. With Magna stating, "What? Why are the dogs like that towards you? What? They always try to bite my head off." God, you're so weird. So pretty much, and also the same meeting as Noelle happens. Her stating, but the same meeting as in introductions as canon, but a bit different, saying, "I want you to teach me how to use a sword. And also, if you don't mind me asking, what noble house are you from? Are you both from?" Which Asta and Zelda look at each other and both saying in unison, saying, "We're not noble. We're peasants. We're commoners. Sorry, we're commoners actually." Noelle being in shock, saying, "Commoners have this much power? No, that is impossible. Only nobles can." Then she just says, "Then why there's no way commoners have that much power." With Zelda kind of annoyed by this statement, saying, "I don't know what noble house you came from. It doesn't matter if you're a noble, king, or whatever. We have magic and we work hard for it." With Noelle stating, "How dare you talk to a noble like that?" And she just does the magic thing. And then the same thing as Kana happens where it curves. She also, just letting you know, she uses both magic and a sword. Just give you a heads up. She uses the magic to shoot at Zelda and Asta, but both water shots curve to Magna, him saying, "Hey, what the hell was that?" With Noelle saying, Don't ever talk to me like that again, or that will happen to you as well." And then she's saying, "I quit the Black Bulls," which kind of weird, thought it was weird, which Asta thought it was weird for someone to go into the Magic Knights and then instantly quit at the first day. Then, and also Magna says, "Oh, you got to do both of you got to do chores, since you two are the newbies." So pretty much they do the chores. It was a bit more faster since both of them were doing it. Then Asta said, "I'm gonna go train now." With Zelda, Zelda says, "Okay, I'm actually gonna go get something to eat. I'm kind of hungry." With Asta going out in the place, and then he hears some splashes of water nearby. So he decides to look around to see, and he sees Noelle missing a lot of shots. And Asta thinks, I'm guessing she's having trouble with control. I can kind of help her, with the sword play and everything, but magic is going to be something I'm guessing that Zelda can help her with, which is fine, but I think she's in a bad mood, a bit of a bad mood. So Asta was thinking of going forward. Him with just waving hello to Noelle, and Noelle, same thing as Canon, freaking out that someone's able to see her, and they were gonna scold her as the same as her family did. And Noelle kind of panics, and she builds up a bit of, pretty much the same thing. Her magic goes haywire. Then, Asta, instead of Asta like running away, he like takes out his shield instantly, and one of the water hits him, kind of sending him flying back to the base. Everyone like runs out saying, "What's happening? What's going on?" Asta instantly hits the wall, saying, "Ow, that hurts. I should have run instead of taking the full force on that." Yami stating, "Hey, what's happening, kid?" With Asta just pointing at the water that's in the sky, saying, "Yeah, I don't know, but I think the girl, Noelle, was just freaking out for no reason, and just her magic was going haywire." Then, Yami just looks and says, "Hey, can you do anything about it then?" With Asta says, "Yeah, I can." So, and he just goes up to, pretty much, Finral, and he says, "Hey, is it okay if you can open a magic portal near there?" Finral says, "Yes, yeah, of course." Then, Asta, pretty much Finral opens the portal. Asta jumps in and instantly starts falling down. Then Ghost puts his hand in the grimoire, pulling out the anti-magic sword. Then him just pretty much cuts a bit of a slash, which all the water pretty much falls down. Then Asta pretty much goes to her pretty much going to Noelle, grabbing her, bridal style, of course. I ship Noelle and Asta, just letting you know. This is a Noelle and Asta ship. If you guys ship any other person, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. So please don't hate me for this. But Asta saves Noelle as canon, and Finral makes a portal for them to fall in it and then fall down so they cannot hurt themselves. Asta was a little bit roughed up, but nothing. But Asta can handle himself. He's able to stand up pretty well too. Then then Noelle was prepared to be lectured, but she was surprised when Asta said, "Wow, you have a lot of power. I wish I had that much magic power. But if you're able to control your magic, and also if I can help you learn how to use your sword, you can be almost like unstoppable, which is pretty amazing. I wish I had your type of magic." Which Noelle was confused, saying, "Wait, you don't have any magic?" Asta says, "No, I don't. I don't. This is family heirloom contains magic instead of me having magic," which everyone saw, except for Zelda, for knowing that he just kept the facade of his like a family heirloom is what grants him magic, which everyone just looks at him saying, "Do you have a magic sword?" Asta says, looks and that what he said, saying, "Yeah, I do. Yeah." But besides that, you can just learn how to control your magic and you'll be fine. And all the Black Bulls kept complimenting her and stuff like that. And Zelda comes up, puts out a hand, with Noelle taking it and picking up, saying, "I'm sorry for what I've said," which she's embarrassed about. Zelda says, "It's fine, don't worry about it," and just smiles. And she puts out her hand as it shakes, saying, "You want to be friends?" And Asta says, "Hey, I want to be friends." No, sorry. Noelle just shakes Zelda's hand and says, "Yes, I'd like that." And that's where we're gonna end it today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all have a great uh, day and afternoon or good night wherever you are watching this. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for all the support. I'm very grateful and sorry for not uploading a bit earlier. So yeah, hope you all enjoy. See ya. Take care.